So it's been over a year since I reviewed the debut EP by Reminders, an Isle of Wight beach punk trio who are good friends with the channel, and it has been a pretty big year for them. They recruited a new bassist with Max Batista, supported the Incredible Dead at their big homecoming show earlier this year. They went on a pretty insane UK tour, playing in some decent sized venues, and they even managed to get themselves a spot on the main stage at the famous Isle of Wight festival. And following on from all of that, they have just released their second EP, All Talk No Action. And because it's kind of tradition for me to talk about everything these guys do, let's take a look at their new EP. I really enjoyed their first EP, but I definitely think this is a big improvement over it in pretty much every single department. The band feel more confident, a little bit more mature, but without losing that reckless, catchy attitude that laced their debut. The songs are just as rough and raw as ever, but the production and arrangement feels much more professional. The EP starts with the explosive and energetic Again, which is laced with aggressive screaming and some of the most in-your-face attitude that we get on the EP. Although I don't think it works as well as If I Know You Did as an opener on their last EP, I still think it's a very solid song. The song is then followed by the lead single from the EP, Making a Scene, which is easily one of my favourite songs these guys have done to date. I remember when lead singer Leo first sent me the EP, I instantly saw this being huge single material. It's a fun and catchy little punk song with a really great chord progression and a blend of acoustic guitar which makes the track incredibly bright and full. The use of falsetto and the backing vocals really gives it that beachy feel that reminds me obviously of bands like the Beach Boys and also of White Album era of Weezer. It's then followed by Seaside Scampi, which starts off sounding like Dookie era of Green Day but then progresses into a beast of its own. The slow bridge gives it this really interesting 90s alt-rock sound, and the experimental electronic vocal effects in the last chorus show the band showing their Swimmers influence heavily. YUA follows on with these similar sounds and has this catchy main riff, which is easily one of the most memorable riffs the band have ever done. What I think sets this EP apart from the debut is how they're not afraid to embrace all their influences and create a sound that is familiar yet much more refined. They play around with different guitar tones, bring in acoustics, and even use a little bit of synthesizers on YUA. All of this blended in with the quality of the new songs makes this EP an all-around better release to their debut. And that's not to take anything away from that first EP, I still really enjoy it. I just think this EP shows the band growing and becoming much better, which is exactly what every band should do with each subsequent release, especially early on into their career. The EP closes out with In the Morning, a fully acoustic song which for someone who is a sucker for acoustic songs was always going to be up my alley. But luckily the song doesn't feel out of place at all, it still very much feels like a Reminders song. It actually reminds me heavily of Against Me's acoustic songs, and considering how much I love that band, this song was basically made for me. Very strong Cavalier Eternal vibes to this song. The last year has been an incredible year for Reminders, and as a friend and fan of the band, I cannot explain how proud of the guys I am. This EP feels like the end of the first chapter for the band. Things are starting to happen for them and they're starting to make music that is legitimately really good, and I'm incredibly excited for their future. I'm not saying all this to be nice because I like the guys personally, I honestly really did like this EP. So bring on the future of this band because it seems like it's going to be somewhat interesting. I give All Talk No Action by Reminders an 8.5 out of 10.